Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Play by Play off air and online. It's the same awesome trio in studio with me this evening, and of course, so much happening in the world of sports. So we're going to unpack it every step of the way. There is soccer, rugby, cricket, Formula One, and the list just goes on. As you can hear, my voice is taking a little bit of strain. I spent the weekend doing High Rocks in Johannesburg, also another massive sporting event. It was so many people in Johannesburg, Soweto Marathon, High Rocks, aplenty. But we won't touch on that. We'll keep that for another day. For now, the usual suspects. We'll start in order of, what are we going? Looks. Then we'll talk to Adrian first. No, just kidding. We'll go to Tara. Good evening, Tara.
Good evening, Morgan. Thank you so much. Sorry, Adrian.
That's fine.
I like your outfit, let me tell you that.
Yeah, Stormers had a great victory
I was
this
saying for once
weekend.
Tara's wearing a good jersey to the podcast.
Yes.
Well done, Tara.
The win was so significant, I had to put on the shirt.
Sense has finally prevailed.
I'm glad.
Even when Liverpool win, she still chose to wear a Stormer.
But you're right, Liverpool did win.
We're having
weekend.
an impact, Adrian.
I'm glad.
We're doing well.
Soon she'll wear a United shirt.
No, that's never going to happen.
Well, I was actually thinking of the stipulations.
You
for
haven't even worn a Man United shirt.
I was thinking of the stipulations of our bet that we made. If you missed it last week, we made a bet, obviously. I said that United would end above Liverpool on the table.
And now?
I think part of that should be the first podcast we do back.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Wearing a shirt of the other team.
Yes. This is a great bet. So if
You
United
said by the end of the season.
Yes. So if United, this is okay. So listen up very carefully. If United end above Liverpool on the Premier League table, then Tara will wear a Man United shirt on this podcast as soon as it's done.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, then Adrian will wear a Liverpool shirt.
I'll happily wear a Liverpool shirt.
Is that a deal? Shake on that on camera there, please. Wow.
I'm confident we'll end above Man United.
Well,
let's start straight into then talking soccer.
Okay.
Both teams got a victory. Slow down. It's your first victory in a while.
Hold your horses.
It's your first victory in a while. Slow down, Tara. Let's talk to the Man United fans first. Liverpool,
Okay.
Adrian, United, Crystal Palace. Are we happy? Are we?
Oh, we are
I didn't watch.
ecstatic.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I didn't watch the game.
Yeah.
But 2-1 against Crystal Palace. I wasn't that confident.
We are ecstatic because, I also was not very confident with this match. Crystal Palace higher than us, been performing mostly better than us this season. And given the fact that we lost against Everton last week out.
Yeah.
It
Against
didn't-
10 men Everton.
Thank you.
It didn't seem like
for clarifying.
It didn't seem like a straightforward match for us to win. And it's the script is sort of going that way. We conceded in the first half. We went into the first half 1-0 down. And you don't usually see United sort of coming back from a position like that. But two very unlikely goal scorers, Mason Mount and Joshua Zirkzee, getting on the score sheet for the first time this season.
Thank heaven. Is he back? Is he?
I don't know if he's back per se, but he played very well. Bruno Fernandes as well got 2 assists that match. So all in all, a very good match, a very good comeback win as well. But again, we've seen this. We just want momentum now. This is a good win. Let's hope that it takes us into
I can't help but think every time I see United pick up a victory, I think of the guy with the hair. You know, the guy that needs to cut his hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, please say this guy can
So
wait.
he
another-
needs 4 more wins from United in a row and he can cut his hair finally. But look, we're going to have a very busy December. There's basically Premier League action every 3 days in December.
Yeah, this is when the cream really rises to the top.
Toro, how do you feel
during
about
this
United?
time.
Tell us how you feel about United's performance. You Liverpool fans often have so much to say. So,
And just Tara, just before you go, I just want to remind you of the table quickly. Because again, we find ourselves with United in 7th.
We don't really need a reminder.
Liverpool in 8th.
Look how quickly we climbed.
So I do think this is going to stay like this for a bit.
Let me just grab Adrian's phone here because he has the points. Do you see how close it is from 13 or 14
Yeah. Well,
all the way
saw a
through to
stat-
the top?
I saw a stat, something like United, before the game started,
Yeah.
or midway through the game, something like this, they were 18th. Or they could have been, they started in 4th and they could be in 18th. And that's how close the points difference
It's
is.
very close.
Well, I can tell you right now that between, United and Liverpool 21 and they're 7th and 8th just because of goal difference. The people in second, Man City, are 25. So genuinely, the fact that United and Liverpool are both only 4 points off second place in the Premier League is wild.
Yeah.
And then from there, Arsenal are kind of running away with it now. 5 points.
Look, because it's still early days. Arsenal did drop points this weekend in their London derby.
They could have lost that match. I watched that match. They were very vulnerable. And obviously, Chelsea got a red card.
Caicedo, I think that was warranted.
Yeah.
Definitely no argument.
My
from me
Uber
on that.
driver on the way to the airport from Johannesburg had a lot to say about Mikel Arteta's plan or
okay.
thinking
I
during
love
that
this.
game. During Arsenal's, not changing their formation and blah, blah, blah. I didn't watch the game, so I can't really pass comment. But, after Chelsea got the red card, should Arsenal have changed their formation? Should they not have? So, but to drop points, it's a big. Look, I honestly going away at Stamford Bridge, I think a draw there is almost a result you would take. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's a result that Arsenal.
I think Arsenal are definitely disappointed. I think
Chelsea
Would take.
riding high after the weekend. In Champions League, they picked up a massive result.
It matters not. Arsenal would want that victory, and they should have gotten that victory. I don't think they played that well.
But then,
I think your Uber driver was right.
Just quickly on Liverpool, Isak scored.
Yes, Isak scored
Is
his
this a good
first
thing?
Premier
Are we
League goal.
happy about that?
It's a good thing. Remember when last week we spoke about the starting team and Arne Slot should have made those changes? He made those changes. He put
Mo
in
Salah on the bench.
Yeah,
Well, I said,
he dropped Mo
should he
Salah.
not drop Mo Salah? I read a story and I was like, maybe you should make a big call and drop Salah. And he listened to me.
No Salah, no problems.
He watches this podcast and he made the.
No Salah, no problems is what I saw.
Really?
And so maybe, yes, he's a big man, but he's not so big that we can't rotate players. So I think good decisions made there, Isak up front, and I'm so happy that he finally scored because it does a lot for players' confidence as well. Joe Gomez, we've been wondering and waiting for him to be in that mix because defensively, Liverpool have been struggling, and you can't put Szoboszlai there right back because he's an attacking player, which means you end up with only 3 defenders. So I was happy to see Joe Gomez there and for Szoboszlai to be in his rightful position. That attacking mid position.
So does this now mean Liverpool are back? Or
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to say the words that Liverpool are back, but I'm saying we're moving in the right direction.
I don't want to quote you, but I was listening to a very good radio station yesterday on my way home from a very nice day split in Cork Bay. And I was listening to the news, and some lady named Tara
was
Lee
doing the
said-
news.
Used the words for her sport report. Liverpool are back.
No, I didn't. I said they're back to winning ways.
Well, he's not wrong then because you.
Yeah, I think the radio switched off after you said back.
Okay, but I said
I heard Liverpool are
with
back.
the chest out. Are Liverpool back?
Liverpool are moving in the right direction.
In Slot we trust or no longer?
No, we have to trust Slot. He's not going anywhere. We've heard that from Liverpool themselves. He's not going anywhere. And he's making the right choices right now.
Yes.
So this weekend, he made good choices. And this podcast will air directly after Liverpool's game versus Sunderland, which is happening on Wednesday evening.
Which is a tough one. Sunderland are currently higher than both United and Liverpool.
That's because Sunderland have just been going at it. I'm not going to say they have had an easy run because I feel like in this season of the Premier League, there's been no easy games. But they've had a dream start to the Premier League.
Yeah.
They really have.
For a newly promoted team.
Newly promoted team, and they will be tough. But I'm excited to see what Arne Slot presents to Sunderland.
Oftentimes it's the second year for those newly promoted teams where you've got to try and
Where they find their footing,
where they
yeah.
got to find their footing, and we saw it with so many teams in the past. So, well, Sunderland is going to be a tough task.
Still early days, though. I want to say it's still early days in the Premier League, and anything can happen. And like Adrian mentioned, a lot of fixtures over this festive. There's a lot of football to be played. AFCON is still happening as well, where players will be missing from the various teams. So a lot can change, and it usually does.
Yeah, what did they say about the Premier League? It's not won in before Christmas or something. So, where the standings and what it looks like before Christmas is really irrelevant.
Most of the time, the team that's on top ends up winning, unless it's Arsenal.
Unless it's Arsenal. It's happened with only one team so far.
I'm not an Arsenal hater, let me tell you. Maybe the two of them are, but I really am not.
I'm not a hater. We are realistic. I watch those games. I've actually been following Arteta since he took over. And I thought it was a good move at the time.
Yeah.
And I trusted in his phases just as a fan of football.
Yeah.
Watching. And then it was next phase. And maybe it's now coming into fruition. But I've already seen a lot of injuries plaguing them. And I don't want that to be the excuse at the end of the season. Oh, but we've had all these injuries.
Yeah, we can talk on and on about whether Arsenal are going to win. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say.
Yes.
Guys, let's quickly shift focus. Of course, Springboks finally now, last game of the season, done and dusted.
Yep.
5 out of 5.
Hammered Wales.
Yes. 73-0.
73-0. I mean, I was sort of watching and not watching the game. And at 14-0 early on, I was like, I think, quick start, the youngsters are excited, but the Welsh will come back.
But then it got worse in the second half,
just got
at
worse
least
and
for
worse and
Wales.
worse.
The only thing that soured it was the Eben Etzebeth
But what's that?
eye gouge.
Look, before we talk about Eben and the eye gouging situation, what stood out about Wales really? I want to ask you this question, Aiden, because you said you watched the game, right? Like, are Wales really that bad, or are the Boks really that good?
I think it's both, to be very honest.
And they were missing players.
Yeah, for the season, Wales have been shame. They've been, I don't want to say terrible.
Yeah.
They really haven't performed to the best of their ability.
They're rebuilding.
We haven't seen them at their best. I mean, when we played them back in the
2018.
in the 2018 World Cup, we nearly lost against them in the the quarters or the semis. But they haven't reached those heights at all.
Oh, you're thinking of the World Cup?
No, the World Cup in 2019. When we played
2019,
Yes.
yeah. But we lost to them in 2018 in the United States. That time when we played in Washington. Don't remember why we played in Washington, but
Yeah.
we lost
So
to Wales.
I
that
definitely think it was a
time.
combo of both. I mean, if you looked at how physical the Springboks were against the Irish, who are a significantly better team than the Welsh at the moment, it was terrible. And as soon as they started calling for all those scrums, and every single scrum they were dominating against the Welsh, I just knew this was going to be ugly. I didn't expect it to be a 73-0 ugly, but
A clean sheet is what I would take
Yeah.
away from that.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a win.
Apparently, what is the world record for between the top tier nations? Like, it's quite a
Is it- I know-
90,
yeah,
it's 9.
no, but
I feel like it's.
I think-
Namibia conceded it. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
but it's 90s. But the winning margin is what I'm
Oh,
really
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And somebody was saying to me that we left quite a lot of tries out there as well. Like
Could have been higher.
Yeah, it could have
It
been
could
even
have
more.
been higher.
And then the dampener, this Eben Smith story. Red card, no red card.
The
eye gouging, no eye
No,
gouging.
definitely there was an eye gouge. Definitely.
So you think you
Definitely.
saying hold on? So you're saying you physically went for the guy's eyes?
I'm saying that there was definitely an eye gouge. Whether he meant to eye gouge or not, there was an eye gouge.
Okay.
And they played it over and over in slow motion, and in slow motion it looked extra bad, as things do. Red card, 100%. We're not arguing about that red card. We can argue about Franco Moster. We can argue about every other red card. This red card warranted.
That's definitely the most straightforward one. And
Straightforward.
surprisingly, Eben's first ever red card in his career, which is kind of his first straight red card.
Yes,
he did have
his
a
first straight,
situation
yeah.
where he did a headbutt. I think got a yellow.
Yeah, in over 140 games. And I think that World Rugby would take that into account now when they decide on the ban. So he's definitely going to receive a ban. And when it comes to eye stuff, it becomes quite serious, especially when it's in the eye.
Yeah.
Minimum 12-week ban.
Some people are saying it might actually help him because he might need a break again. Like,
I think that's a joke because I know that the Sharks would be
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah.
They're desperate, not looking good. And I think for them to lose him for what could be, I don't know, the rest of the season, months.
I saw.
Somebody said 4 years, and I don't think so.
Now I saw a post also again on social media for somebody receiving a 6-month ban for eye gouging. So yes, I know he's got a clean record.
It's weird to say that.
Yeah.
For Eben, that he has a clean record, But
But
technically
he does.
Yeah.
But I mean, 6 months.
Okay, but looking at the rules here, Morgan, do you think they'll take into account? Some people posted videos that he was actually eye gouged moments before that. Do you think they'll take into account the mitigation? Like,
Well, there's no mitigating factors. I mean, what do you?
well,
So,
when you go in there,
I don't think.
when
I
you
don't
go,
think how you've got to treat each situation on its merits, right? Because I got punched doesn't mean I can then punch and get a lesser. The punch is the punch, right? In the same.
well, that does get taken into account, and you can get a lesser ban because of that.
Yeah. So just
Is that what
looking
the
at-
rules
someone,
state?
Yeah, so someone
Yes.
posted the rules here, and they were saying that when they determine this, there's 6 different factors that for an eye gouge situation. Number 1 is the presence and timing of an acknowledgement of the commission of the foul played by the offending player, and because Eben apparently apologized immediately afterwards, that's a factor.
Yeah.
The players,
really?
Yeah.
They also take into account the player's disciplinary record, which Eben
Is
again,
good.
has a very good one. The youth and or inexperience of the player, which were
Well, no, that doesn't count.
the player's conduct prior to and the hearing, the player having demonstrated remorse for his or her actions, and any off-field mitigating factors that the disciplinary committee or judicial officials consider relevant or appropriate.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Yeah, if you were the judge in this case, based on everything you've just discussed, how many weeks do you give him?
I feel like, especially when you slow it down, it looks really bad. It's also just like the timing of me, like it was so unnecessary. I feel like just as if I'm Rassie, I'm super upset. If I'm now the judge who's supposed to look at this neutrally.
Yeah.
Apparently it varies whether this is like a high. I would say this is like a mid. I wouldn't say this is like a dangerous.
But
offense.
they could punish the
6
Springboks
weeks?
by
8
making
weeks?
him miss that the great rivalry, All Blacks.
Well, then that's 6 months. That's more than 6 months away.
More, it could be more than 6 months. Could be 52 weeks.
I'm of the mindset 12. I don't know why 12 weeks jumps to me.
Because that's
But-
the least I would
So no,
say.
according to this thing, the least he could get is 6. Because Makazole Mapimpi actually had a similar eye gouging incident where he only got 6 weeks and then he got brought down to 4.
Yes, but isn't that because it's actually the placement of fingers in eye?
Might be.
And I think that the minimum, we saw those fingers going into the eye.
They were in there.
The minimum would be
Really?
12
They were in
weeks.
there.
My understanding of the rules is that the minimum would be 12.
Genuine question now.
But if you're just touching the eye, minimum is 4 weeks.
Evan's a great player and he's served this country very well. But will the Springboks miss him if he had to disappear for a while? Especially given how good our locks are.
Yeah, it's a
Don't
good point.
think
They've
so.
played. And in fact, he hasn't been a regular starter this for like the entire.
It's a good point he makes. You make a very good point.
So I honestly,
But
I think the Sharks suffer here more than anyone.
Sharks-
I think the,
definitely will.
the Sharks suffer.
and
But given
no team's going to suffer with having him on.
but given the Springboks and the point that you're making and getting to, is there any player on the Springbok squad that is indispensable right now?
Sure.
You look at this end of year, so you look at the entire season, the entire
Well,
year.
this is what Rassie's been talking about all along is building the depth that like, combinations work. We don't really miss anyone. I don't think that everyone in that team is replaceable. And that's a healthy competition
So
rivalry
not
too.
one player stands out for you as being indispensable. Not one. You can't think of one player.
No, well, you can literally go across the board. You
What
could
about
go,
World Rugby
I'm
Player
trying
of
to
the Year?
think right now. Yeah, I was going to say maybe Marks at hooker.
Maybe
but
Marks, but like, I mean, I don't think there's Bongi, there's
is very good cover.
not Bone Fenter, who's the other gentleman?
He played this weekend.
Yeah. I don't think he's
Grobelaar.
Yeah, Grobelaar's not irreplaceable. I mean, I don't think you're weakening the Bok pack by taking Marks out of it. I don't think you take the locks both.
I don't disagree with you. That's what Rassie's done.
Yeah.
He's created so much depth that, like you said, everybody is
I
replaceable.
mean, 6 flanker, maybe Sia, Marco van Staden, is there a massive difference there? Maybe Sia's leadership, but outside of that, playing to the ball.
Maybe Steph the toy. I mean, I've seen. They've played Franco Moster at 7 before.
But also the Stormers guy also plays at 7. Ben Jason Dixon, yeah.
Also playing there. So
But again, 9, there's so many 9s. 10s, Sasha, Pandre, Mani, I think we're more than,
Who would you be your pick at 10?
ooh, that's a lot of discussion.
It's a funny thing, man. I'm of the mindset like we do have horses for courses, and we do have. It depends who we're playing. Honestly speaking, in a big game,
What do you think Sasha needs to get the answer to
No.
be Sasha for you?
no, I think he just needs to keep applying his trade and keep doing what he's doing. I don't think he should be our number 1 flower. If you know what I mean, we should have
I don't think we
horses
should
for
have.
courses.
I don't think we should have a number 1 flower.
Correct. We don't need to have. Why do you need to have a number 1 flower? Why can't you have you want to play an expensive game? You play with Manny Liebok, one of the best passes. He takes the ball to the line, plays. You want to play, you're playing in a super tight Irish game potentially against the Irish on top form.
Yeah.
Maybe then Andre Pollard is the right guy.
Especially if you're going to rely on goal kicking all the time.
Correct.
Which I don't know if Sasha excels that much compared
I
to
think-
Andre Pollard.
But these things are all going to take time. We don't need Sasha to be a world
Yeah,
beater right
in a few
now.
years he could
Yeah.
be the best. In
Also
all of
remember,
I think he probably
and I've
would
said this
be.
at length, any fluff behind that Bok pack will be a dream.
Okay, but then
And I like the look, sorry to interrupt you, of this Stormers fluff in the wings.
I saw somebody saying that if Brian Urbana had played with fly halves like Sasha,
You would have scored a lot more
a
tries.
lot more tries.
Yes, 100%.
It makes a massive difference.
The Springbok game has evolved. The Springbok game, when Brian played, let's be honest, fairly one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like, with all due respect. You fronted them up front, and if you could match the box up front, you were probably going to match them on the scoreline. The Bok game has evolved. Russie's been good enough, and
Yeah, I love this change of tune in you.
yeah, he has been able, but I don't, look, he's clever enough to bring a Tony Brown in.
Yes.
To make us play an expansive game, up our skill set of the backs.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're seeing Damien Delende, who has been fairly one-dimensional his whole career, playing, passing on the advantage, like not just being a ball carrying 12 anymore. That's why a guy like Ethan Hooker can play 12 now. Yes, he only got a couple of minutes before the red card, but we've got a guy like Ethan Hooker can come in and play 12. We've got Andre Estes, the man of the match against Wales.
Yeah.
He's been training at flank.
Yeah. He was all over it.
So it's going to be hard to match this box out. You know what I mean? They really
I'm
are
with
in
you.
a good place.
I agree with you.
I just hope that we're not, again, players form, players peaking at the right times. The World Cup's 2 years away. We got to be very careful.
It's just 2 years.
I'm almost so nervous for the fact that we're doing so well just before the World Cup. Like usually, like 2 years before the World Cup. Because I think last World Cup we weren't performing that well leading up to the World Cup.
Think of 2007 team. World beat us in 2007.
Yes.
Unbelievable 2009. 2011 quarterfinals. We get knocked out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same. I honestly
and you
don't.
know what? I agree with you. I don't think
these,
it's the same.
These young players are not even looking young, like inexperienced.
Yeah. I mean, I saw this on social media. Between Sia, somebody else, 3 players in the Springbok team had the same amount of caps as the whole Welsh starting line.
Yo.
And then I was like,
So they're building, and I would actually like them to be a bit more competitive the next time we face
what
them.
you're saying is so true, Mo, how our game has evolved. Because looking at the fact that Sasha is now our highest scoring fly half in Springbok history is insane.
and he's only played like a couple of
played
tests.
a handful of tests, and I think that just speaks to like how different our approach is.
Correct. But we had to evolve.
Good,
We had to move with the times. Because what did other teams start doing against us? We've got to move on because we're running out of time. But what did other teams do against us? They matched us up front. As soon as you matched the box up front, you knew you were going to the chance.
Yeah.
Now, it's no longer the case. You're matching us up front, but we can still play an expansive game. We can still play in the wide channels. We still have a man in Libbok that can take the ball to the line and put a cross kick over for Ethan Hooker to receive, or Kenan Moody, or, the options are endless. The size of that Bok backline on Saturday was humongous. I know big rugby players, right? And South Africa have never always had the biggest rugby players. But Ethan Hooker, Kenan Moody on our wings is humongous.
Yes.
Then you've got Andre Estes and who played outside centre on the weekend. Anyway, 2 massive units.
Yeah.
Sasha's not a small guy. Yeah. Like all of a sudden you've got Damian Williams is a big kid.
He's a big guy as well, yeah.
We are not talking, so we've even got size in our backline. The game has evolved and the Boks have almost
And there's
been
more
the
ways.
team.
There's more ways to win.
Correct. That's why the All Blacks and all of these guys are struggling with us, because what did they used to do in the past? Put a team, a big All Black team, put them they can just contain our pack, because we always knew New Zealanders more skills than the South African backs. Yeah. Now South African backs are showing, no, we've also got some skills. Now where do you match them? How do you beat us? If you want to put a blueprint together tomorrow of how to beat the Springboks, where do you go?
Yeah. But that's what's
Where do you
special.
find their weakness?
That is what's so special about Rassie and the Springboks, is because they're literally changing sport globally. Because now every other rugby team has to adjust. And even football managers are now looking at rugby. Mikel Arteta, he has spoken about how important the bench is. It's like the bomb squad. He wants players to feel that you are as important sitting on that bench when you come off as a super sub. All of you are super subs. We look at Luis Enrique, PSG's manager. He no longer sits there where every other manager sits. He's sitting high because he's like, I got that from rugby, so now I can see everything. And then he's talking on his walkie down to the assistants at the bottom that he got from rugby, so he can get a full picture. So we're seeing an influence across the board.
I don't know what, like this whole notion of I'm benched, so therefore I'm like just gonna be a
But think about that. We also thought that way until Rassie Erasmus.
Until Rassie Erasmus, and until the bomb squad showed us that, look, it's vital to you when you use your subs correctly. They can change your match completely.
But think about it. They're coming on the field fresh.
Yeah.
They should have a massive impact. Imagine a guy that's played 60 minutes in the trenches.
Yeah.
Like, to come up against a guy that's played fresh.
Especially now in football, because in the past you only had 3 subs. Now you have 5.
Yeah.
So you can make your 5 subs as long as they're within.
You're changing half your team in essence.
Yeah, essentially.
But on that point, I just want Adrian, because I know he's been wanting to touch on it. The use of a bomb squad by the Stormers.
Oh, yes. I must say, sorry, we got very lost in the
Yes, but I wanted to bring you to
We're
this.
going to talk about the Stormers quickly.
Yes, just very quickly. I'll just say the Stormers, obviously, they're very depleted as well. Like a lot of their star players, I mean, they're missing big names. They go up against Munster this weekend in Limerick against the only other unbeaten team.
Yes.
halftime, they are 21-6 down. I'm thinking, cool. Cheers. We've tried. But again, that happens. That instant impact from that bomb squad that they bring on themselves. They end up winning this match 26-21, which is insane. Like, absolutely insane. They're now the only unbeaten team in the URC still.
Yes.
Even though they were so depleted as well, even though they're playing away.
Still positive Stormers are going to pull this one off.
I do think so. I think they should.
Did you say that at the start of the season?
Yeah, I remember Morgan and I, like, at the very beginning of the season, we were chatting, and I said, I mentioned, I don't know why, I feel like the Stormers could win this. It just felt like at the time. But now,
also, just quickly, sorry, we were supposed to move on here, guys. Yes. But Blitzbox, talk me through the Blitzbox performances.
Coming fifth in Dubai, supposedly our favorite tournament is what I was saying. We always win that, even when we do terribly throughout the rest
we're moving
of the
to Cape Town this weekend.
I know, I'm nervous because I'm watching and I'm going to be there. I was hoping to see them win it.
I know.
Well, they said they're making changes and they adjusting, but they must say that. They must say that to media.
Yeah. So
saying
anyway,
right
guys, we got to move on very quickly. We're still going to touch on Formula One. Okay, quickly, fire away.
Quickly.
Lando, are we still sticking with Lando? Lucia Daniels, unfortunately, couldn't join us this afternoon or this evening rather. But
it does almost feel like it's Lando's to lose because he literally just has to get onto the podium in order.
He couldn't do that this past weekend.
That's true. He came fourth. Max Verstappen winning it. Which means because Max won it this past weekend in Qatar, it goes down to that final weekend. Yeah. So it could be either Max,
there's
Oscar,
a lot of weird calculations
Lando.
to make, but I think the crux of it is if Max, for example, comes first and Lando Norris does not appear on the podium anyway, Max is winning it. Basically, if Lando doesn't appear on the podium at all this weekend, and if Piastri then takes a lead above Max or Max the other way around, it's going to be theirs. Lando's not going to win.
Yeah.
Guys, this is so healthy for Formula One.
I know.
And it's so much changes next year that you almost want to win it this year.
Abu Dhabi, it's again Abu Dhabi, the nonsense.
I know, but look, I love it when it's this exciting. Nobody wants to watch a Formula One season where one driver's just running away winning it 5 races ago.
100%. I think Lewis Hamilton takes one for the team here. Like first corner, just into Max Verstappen.
Wow.
Takes him out of the race.
Wow.
Take him out of the race.
Just say that.
Take him out of the race completely.
Lewis Hamilton. Why Lewis?
This one's for Abu Dhabi.
Because Max should have done that to Lewis.
Actually, it's a good point.
In fact, didn't Max once drive over Lewis's head?
He did? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think
there were tire marks.
Now we're getting patient.
If Lewis wants to
I don't
redeem
think
a terrible
Lewis should do
season,
that.
he needs to take one for the team here. Get a victory for his fellow Brit.
So what we're hearing is you do not want Max Verstappen to win.
No, not at all.
I don't. I definitely don't want.
I'm also not a Max fan, but
so where we going? Where we going? What does it look like? What does the standings look like at the end of this race?
At the end of the past weekend.
Yeah, what is the championship? What does the final championship look like?
I think what it should look like is Lando, Piastri, Verstappen.
Lando, Piastri, okay.
No, I think Max is in between that.
Okay. So you think Lando,
Max.
Guys, I don't know.
Piastri.
Why am I not confident with Lando?
I'm also not.
Like, I'm a massive Lando fan, don't get me wrong, right? But like, why am I not confident this weekend? I don't know.
Because he hasn't had a very good build up to get here now.
And his BMT's like lacking or not.
It's like it's supposed to be the like this is the crux now and he's not showing up. Maybe that BMT will finally show up in this final match. Hopefully. It needs to.
Let us know in the comments below. What do you think the final standings in Formula One will look like? Will it be Max Verstappen? Will it be Lando Norris? Or will it be Oscar Piastri? It is wide open Abu Dhabi Grand Prix this weekend. It's going to be crazy.
We're going to have so much to discuss next week.
Guys,
we are.
It's also our final episode next week. Or is it our final? No, we got 2 more episodes. We got 2 more episodes left. But our final one, we're going to be in studio. So we're going to do a year in recap next week. And I'm going to ask one of them to unpack the Formula One and how it either went Lando's way or how he lost it at the final hurdle. We'll keep a close eye on that. Quickly before we go, also cricket. South Africa lost to the Proteas lost to India. Yes. The ladies are taking place on Friday. You said, Tara?
Yes.
So tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, because obviously the show's going out on Thursday, folks. So
they're going to be playing in Newlands. So
they're playing in Newlands Cricket Ground. Amazing. Start at 2:00 in the afternoon. Get your tickets as soon as possible because you want to be there for some action. See, what potential world champions look like up against Ireland.
And the men, Adrian, against India.
Well, the men will have played the day before this goes out. Hopefully, they would have beat them in the ODI.
Yeah.
But Virat Kohli, for some reason, Virat Kohli's still around.
He's confused.
He thinks Virat Kohli
is one of the best cricketers to ever play cricket.
No, he is. That's the problem.
And he showed it. He showed it against the Proteas.
Still showing up at his big age. Like, why is he still
Adrian's angry that he's that good.
Yeah.
I'm not angry agree. I love this for cricket, and I'm okay with the Proteas losing now. Because when it comes to our home World Cup, I want to see a very strong Proteas squad.
Also, last thought, Marco Jansen picked up a half century in the ODI. What is wrong? Like, is Marco Jansen just our new all rounder? Picking up a century.
No, definitely.
Almost picking up a century in the
Oh yeah, 90
up six wickets as well.
And taking wickets, exactly. I love it. I love to see that because we see that in the women's cricket. And I just want to mention Danae van Niekerk coming out of retirement. She's now been selected for the T20 squad that will face Ireland. And remember the drama? She quit cricket basically because she didn't pass fitness tests.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
yes,
in 2023.
Has she now passed the test?
She was the captain, wasn't she?
She was the captain, and she wasn't selected for the 2023 World Cup squad. And she was like, she's been done dirty.
And has she now
She's
passed
retiring.
the fitness test? Or
She's been playing domestic cricket. She's been working on it.
Imagine on the day again, they're like, yeah, sorry guys.
sorry, you didn't make the test.
That beat test didn't go well. Sorry.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time. Quickly, what are you most looking forward to this weekend?
It has to be the Grand Prix. Sure.
Yeah.
You going Grand Prix?
Definitely the Grand Prix.
Okay, they're both going Grand Prix. I tell you what, I'll go Formula One. I mean, I'll go.
It's the same thing.
That's what I meant. I will go Blitzbokken. I think
true.
on home soil.
Yeah,
I'm going to stick with the rugby theme.
They've done it before.
Blitzbokken. Pull a rabbit out of the
They
hat.
did it last year.
They did it last year. Why can't they do it again, right? Yeah. Let's back out Cape Town Stadium. I think there's still some tickets available, actually.
Yeah.
So let's back out Cape Town Stadium.
For the
It's gonna
Sunday,
be-
still tickets.
Yeah, dress up. Let us know what you're wearing. I think I'm going to go in the whole basketball theme vibe this year.
Like
How
that.
are you?
I like that.
I
that's
just
the-
usually
that's the
go.
Yeah, I'm going with a group of friends who want to dress up like minions.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
so,
there you have it, folks.
So
If
look
you're
out
looking-
for Adrian.
You see the minions in the stands? Adrian's probably
That's
one of them.
Adrian Italy.
That's a wrap. I mean, what a jam-packed show. Wowee. 2 more shows to go before we wrap up season 1 of Play by Play Off Air Online. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We'll catch you again next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic sporting weekend. Catch you later. Peace. Bye.